Here we go. Yoga class. I thought you said pour glass. Just kidding. And this time, chaos and self-containment and isolation and social distancing. I just encourage you to move and to breathe and to be in the moment with every breath, with every move, with every posture. Kind of keep flowing and just stay in the moment, but don't let anxiety and worry overtake you. You're safe in the moment. You just find that space, the present moment space. It's the perfect teacher. To know that everything is going to be okay. There's a calm you can create in the chaos. So begin with me in a journey into power. Yoga class with Baptiste Yoga. Thank you so much for joining us. Take a moment to sit on your seat. You can sit on a pillow, or a block, or even a chair. Just create a seat that's powerful and strong. And create a long spine by pulling the crown of your head towards the ceiling and then relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears. And gently close your eyes. Focusing on your breath as it goes in and out. Its natural rhythm through your nose. Maybe you notice the rise and the fall of your chest. The inhales and the exhales. Bringing into focus the surrounding area, the sounds, hear birds, the smells, and the feeling of the air on your skin. Grounding in the physicalness of your own body. Notice the parts of your body that are on the floor. Making contact. The ceiling above you and the four walls around you. Take a deep breath in, finding that calm, steady center. And then relax it all out. And noticing any tension you might have had begin to fade away. Take one more full breath in. And then let it out. And blink your eyes open, take hands to heart center. I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. And whether it just be staying in the moment, whether it be concentrating on the breath coming in and out, to feel what you need to feel and be exactly where you need to be. Namaste. Being in class, child's pose at the back of your mat. Taking your knees wide and your big toes to touch. Lowering your hips to the floor, tops of your feet on the mat, reaching your hands forward. Begin an Ujjayi breath, a deep inhale through your nose. Then exhaling out through your nose. And maybe we do it one time together, in through the nose. And then this time out through your mouth. Big exhale like you're fogging up a mirror. Another time like that, fill up. Empty out through the mouth. Begin to seal your lips. Breathe in with a slight constriction through the back of your throat. Exhale, lips sealed. Creating an oceanic sound with your breath. Maybe close to Darth Vader. Really grounding and letting your breath lead your practice today. Have it really stand out as the actual most important part of your practice.
to stay and breathe. This pose, child's pose, is available at any time throughout the practice. You can just sit back and watch, and then begin when you're ready again. Take water breaks or whatever you need. And listen intuitively from your own teacher, yourself. Another inhale. Empty out. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Pressing your hips back. Set your eyes between your feet. And pressing down through your hands, root into the floor. Allow your neck to get nice and soft. And soften the joints, slowly bending your elbows and your knees, allowing flow. And squeezing the muscles to protect those joints. And really stay in the physicalness part of the practice. Your body is in the moment, right here, right now. Inhale. Let it out. Look forward. Step or walk to the front of your mat. Ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. And keeping the lower body strong. Pivot the upper body from right to left. Maybe grabbing each elbow. Again, allowing the neck to be long. And the crown of your head to come towards the floor. And then with side body stretch. And slowly release your hands and toe heel your feet to touch. Look at all 10 toes. Spread them nice and wide on the mat. And press down through the big toe mound, the little toe mound in the center of your heels. So you're rooting your feet into the floor. Inhale, lift up, extended mountain pose all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold bow, reach for your toes. Halfway lift, create a flat back, hands on your shins or your thighs, but hips back, crown of your head forward. Really squeezing your shoulder blades in towards the center line. Breathe in. Breathe out. Set your hands down, step back into a high plank position. You have the option here to lower your knees, to modify. Now you can also extend your legs and maybe lift one. Another point of modification. Yeah, to bring the heat up or down. Hold it here, another breath. Come halfway down, elbows by your rib cage to the back of the room. Upward facing dog, set the tops of your feet on the mat, pull your chest through your shoulders, roll them back and down. Set your eyes, really squeeze your thighs, maybe they come off the mat. Breathe in, downward facing dog, breathe out, roll over your toes and step it back. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, gaze forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, rise up, maybe look up, go back. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift. High to low plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Again, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, get light, look forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, option to jump back. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top, halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. You're gonna drop your hips, knees right over your ankles, making sure if you gaze down, you can see all 10 of your toes. And just pull your pelvis under, reach for the ceiling. Good, legs are gonna get a little hot here, feeling tapas in the body, heat. You're creating that, breathe in, forward fold bow. Halfway lift, high to low plank chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward to your right wrist. Dial your back heel down into the mat. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. Right knee over your right ankle. Yeah, if it's passing, just wiggle your toes out a little. Good, trying to square your hip bones to the front of the room. One more breath in. Chaturanga, breath out, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, dial your back heel down. And from the pit of your belly, reach up. And then sink knee over ankle. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice your fingers. Pinkies are rotating in towards each other. Biceps frame the ears. Good. Reaching. And then chaturanga, hands lower. Set your eyes drishti. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Notice if you're drifting away or checking out. Come back and hear your breath. Creating awareness, inhale. Empty out, gaze forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose, just one breath this time. Bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right foot, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Sink a little lower. Reach high. Chaturanga, lower. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot, warrior one. Root down, rise up, go up and back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up to your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, top of your mat. Halfway. Forward fold. Chair pose, flowing, one breath. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot, warrior one. Go up and back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Choosing the vinyasa that's best for you, whether you're lowering your knees or lifting a leg, you're adding in an extra chaturanga. the intensity that you want or need this time of moving our bodies and staying with our breath. One more time through, one breath, one movement. Sun salutation B. Inhale. Empty out. Look forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot. Warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Left foot. Warrior one. Inhale, rise. Chaturanga lower. Upward facing. Really fill up. Downward facing. Empty out. Nice. Take a breath in. Let it out through your mouth. Bring your toes together at the back of your mat. Let them touch. Lift your right leg. Good. Bend your knee. And then stack your hips. Noticing the weight in your shoulders. See if you can kind of even that out a little by pushing through your hands, sitting strong. Good, and you can stay right here in this three-legged dog with a nice active Tadasana foot, or flip your dog slowly, gently, placing both feet to the floor, reaching your right hand to the front of the room. Breathe in, breathe out, lift your hips a little higher, inhale, downward facing dog. High plank. Squeeze, top of a push-up. Really engage the leg muscles. And bring your toes together. Spin your heels to the right. Left hand to the ceiling. Side plank. Gaze is the top finger, drishti. The option here could be to lower your bottom knee to the mat. Or lift your top leg. Or even to do both. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bring your toes together, left leg lifts, bend and open, kick your foot, stay right here, or flip your dog. Concentrating on the breath. Coming back anytime you drift away. Downward facing dog. High plank to side plank. Knee can be down, legs could be straight. Gaze up at the top thumb. And challenge yourself in a way at home maybe you've not tried before. Yeah, but stay with it. High plank, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale your right leg to the ceiling. Step it forward, crescent lunge. In this pose, all 10 toes are forward. And your back heel is lifted right over your toes. So like high heel shoes, think really high toes. And knee is in line with your ankle in the front. Really push down through the form or the toe mound, center of your heel. And pelvis is neutral, so coming forward slightly, hands to heart center. Twist to the right, revolved crescent twist. Elbow can go outside of the knee. Draw your right shoulder blade back. Keeping the back leg really engaged, skin to muscle to bone, creating that tapas or heat. And if that's not an option, twisting open and staying high is another way to go here. Breathe in and out. Back to center, crescent. Warrior two.
In this pose, both hips are facing in the same direction and your arms are equal at each side. Belly button straight over the center and gaze out in the front middle finger. Clearing your mind by keeping a nice focused energy with your drishti and your breath. Extended side angle, reaching forward and then down, right forearm to left, right leg, left hand to the ceiling. Beautiful. Continuing your breath, you can either reach your fingertips to the floor if you have a nice deep lunge. An option to bind, taking your top hand behind your back. And for your hip bone, you've got that. Maybe the full bind. Take the right hand under the thigh, reaching back for the fingers behind. Good, pulling in the shoulder back, gazing up. Good, one more twist. Spiral your chest to the ceiling. Good, and then cartwheel your hands to the mat. Chaturanga, step it back. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left foot, crescent lunge. Revolved crescent twist. To the left. Coming up on the back toes. With every inhale, lengthen. With every exhale, twist. Rinsing and wringing. Good, breathe in. Just a little bit more. Back through center, crescent, notice the balance. To warrior two, opening your hips. Extended side angle. Options for the binds here. Right hand behind your back, left hand underneath the knee. If the bind is really strong and you feel nice and open in your chest, you may try bird of paradise, stepping your back foot in and then reaching your left leg up with the bind. And then extending the leg, pulling your shoulders back and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it back down. Extended side angle. Chaturanga, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, breath. Exhale, let it go. Look forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Twist to the right. Squeezing your thighs and inner knees together. And roll your right ribs back to the left side of the room. Good, breathe. Twist. Back to center, stay in your legs. Good, let it get a little bit hot. Good, 1, 2, 5 little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1, hands to center, twist. Other side, equal, balancing the body. Effort and ease. Strength and surrender. Inhale back to center, another breath. Forward fold. Fingers to toes pose. Take your peace fingers, grab your big toes. Feet about hips width apart. You can see this in the video, but just hook them between the first toe and the second toe and draw your head maybe between your legs or your chest to your thighs. Using an active amount of energy. And you want to use some action. Your biceps pulling from right to left,
making effort. And then palms to toes or gorilla. Slide your palms underneath your feet all the way to the wrist creases. You can wiggle your toes right on your wrist creases. And then maybe you play around with the weight distribution, lifting one heel at a time, or maybe both heels. Balancing on the feet. Good crow pose, placing your hands, I don't know, about 12 inches, 16 inches from your feet. Come to your tiptoes, bend your elbows like those nice chaturanga arms, elbows to the back of the room. Set your knees on the backs of your triceps and look forward. Primary gaze forward. Chest, heart forward. Good, and then from the pit of your belly, lift up, up, up. Maybe your toes will come off the mat, one at a time. Lifting your hips a little bit higher, look forward. You can stay here in crow pose. Now, the option in that pose might be Malasana squat, taking your legs nice and wide, hands to heart center. Use your elbows to push your knees away. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Just stay with breath. If you are in crow, stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoot back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out, look forward, top of your mat. Extended mountain pose, reach all the way up. And then hands to heart center. Working on our balancing poses in equanimity. Begin with eagle pose. Taking your right leg over, cross. And then arms out, right arm under, palms together. Elbows can go right at shoulder height. And then maybe you can wrap your foot around again. And if you don't, that's okay, begin again. Twisting your hips to the front of the room. If you're really struggling, you have a lot of options. Your toes can come to the mat like a kickstand. You just want to squeeze into center line, drawing your shoulders together, the pit of your belly in and up. And switch side, eagle other side. Left leg over, left arm under for the bind. If the bind is too much on your shoulders, you can grab opposite elbows or give yourself a nice big bear hug. If social distancing has got you down, maybe you could just give yourself a big hug. And release. Eagle right side. Once again. Left side eagle. Standing leg raise. Right knee or your right big toe. Take the leg forward. Being a nice tall stance. Take your leg to the right. Maybe gaze over to the left. Come back to center. Airplane. Create your body in a T shape. Fingers towards the back of the room. You can lengthen your spine by tucking your chin slightly, engaging your tricep muscles, the backs of your arms. Hands to heart center, pause. Half moon, placing your left hand down to a block, a book, a floor, a can of soup, a water bottle, whatever you have at home, opening your hip up. Yeah, you can have a floating hand if a prop is not needed and your balance is strong. Or you could prefer a prop of any kind. Lifting from the inner part of your leg. Pushing your big toe to the floor. Sometimes it's a little messy. One more breath here, half moon to forward fold. Extended mountain pose, reach up. Standing leg raise left side. My big toe, take it out to the left and gaze over your right shoulder. Bring your foot forward, fingertips to the sky. Airplane, T-shape with your body. Press your chest forward, gaze towards the top of your mat. Fingertips reach towards the back of the room. Your back heel presses there too, really reaching. Hands to heart center, pause. Half moon, right hand down. Left hand to the ceiling. And start with your gaze at the floor. Maybe turn it to the side, or maybe up at your top thumb. The option here to bind, taking your back foot, top foot, and reaching for your toes or heel. Opening up the side body, front of your body. Falling out and beginning again. Forward fold, top of your mat. Extended mountain, dancer pose. Your right foot, thumb on top. Left hand forward. Reach for your right foot. Kick back as you reach forward. Grounding down to the big toe mound of your base foot. Establishing connection with the floor. Root down like earth. Switch sides. Left hand, left foot. Right hand reaches forward. Notice the movement of your ankle, the sound of your breath, the feel of your mat. And release and start again. Eagle or dancer right side. Dancer left side. Tree pose. Your right foot to your inner thigh, above or below your knee. Extend your fingers to the ceiling, maybe look up. Close your eyes, try that on. Begin again if you need to. Tree pose, left leg to your right thigh. Really pushing into center line, driving your knee away, pushing it towards the back wall. Extend your pose. Release, hands to heart center. Extended mountain pose, reach up. Forward fold, bow down. Halfway lift, flat back. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps, back heel down. Warrior one. Warrior two, exhale. Triangle pose. Straighten your front leg, reach forward. Hand to your shin. Left hand to the ceiling. You can stay nice and high, creating a lot of space in the right side body. Engaging your core muscles. And maybe you take your bottom hand forward to the front of the room, bicep frames your ear.
And then again, a nice check. Take your top hand from your ear, really pulling in from the center of your core, from your knees to your neck to your knees. Squeeze in, then come back, warrior two. Side facing, wide-legged forward fold. Take your front foot, pivot to the side wall. Interlace your hands behind your back. Your chest, breathe in. Exhale, bow lower. Options here. Staying in a wide leg forward fold. Taking your hands overhead, creating a shoulder opening. You might also wish to release your hands and do some lunges from the right to the left. Bending one knee, placing the weight over that. Or simply sitting forward. You also have the options of splits, taking your legs far apart, coming as wide as you can. Or working forward to back splits. Hanumanasana. Another option in this pose for the next few breaths might be a headstand, placing your head on the floor, coming all the way up. Tripod headstand. If you're up, come down. Place your hands on your low back. Stand up with a flat back all the way to the top. Pivot all 10 toes forward. Step your back foot in about a third. Namaste, front facing forward fold. Lift up and back. Exhale, bow over your right leg. And keeping both legs straight with a slight bend in each knee, allowing blood flow. Your hands can be a prayer behind your back or any other variation. Maybe that's more than you'd like today. And you can take your block and place your fingers on that in front of your right foot. Very powerful in the options that you have to choose what's right for you. At this time, it's just a strange time or place to be in this world. Twisted triangle, left hand down to the block, right hand to the ceiling. Rotating your right rib up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Twist a little more. Step back, high to low plank chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Shoulders back and down. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Warrior two, exhale. Triangle pose, straighten, reach, fingers to the shin. Right hand high. Drishti. You drift off, disrupt the drift. Just notice, bring it to your attention. Begin again. Checking in. Core strength. Reach the bottom hand towards the front of the room. Top hand frames the ears for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back, warrior two. Side facing wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lift, go up and back. Exhale, bow. Again, all those same options are available for you. Headstands, splits, lunges, maybe even twist. Placing one hand down, twisting open on the other side. Fingers to the floor, right hand lifts. All options for your choice. Maybe you just stay
and do a little less today. That's a choice too. One more deep inhale together. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, stand up, flat back. Namaste, front facing, forward fold. Lift and bow. If you feel unstable, you can separate your feet wider from the width, from the right to the left, creating a train track instead of a tightrope. Stability might create a little more release. Right hand down to the block or the floor. Left hand to the ceiling. Breathe in. Twist open. Inhale. Twist. One more breath here. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, look forward. Top of your mat. Halfway. Forward fold. Really hug in. Extended mountain, reach up. Lift your heart up, go back. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift, high plank hold. The option to lower your knees here if you like. Lift your feet, stay strong in your core, go down halfway and press back up. High plank. Again, lowering your knees or straightening your legs. Halfway down, low plank, high plank, low plank, high plank, low plank, high plank. You can do 5 more push-ups or go down for the count of 5. 4, 3, don't be down yet, 2, 1, all the way to the mat. Place one cheek or ear on the floor. Fingers at your sides with your arms. Notice your body and beating heart, continuing to check in all throughout the practice. The pose, the transitions, the breath, the sounds. Interlace your hands behind your back, or just reach your fingers to the back of the room. Forehead on the floor. Inhale, lift up, locust pose. Keep lifting higher on the breath in. Let it out, stay there. One more breath, lift as high as you can. Lower down. Locust number 2. Interlace, lift up, go. Stay here. Lift a little higher. Stay. Breathe in, go up. Lower all the way down, other ear on the mat. Floor bow, bend your knees, reach back for your feet, your ankles, shins. Inhale, kick back, lift up. Shoulders off the mat. Lift a little higher. Ribs off the mat. One more time, a little bit higher, go up and back. And lower. Release. Enjoy. Begin again. Floor bow, number 2. Up and back. Breathe in. Go up. More. At your edge, really go. And lower down. Right into upward facing dog, tops of your feet on the floor, elbows slightly bent to the back of the room. Upward facing, gazing forward or up, downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the floor. We're going to do camel pose. 1 camel, 5 breaths. And placing your hands at your low back. Sideways in this one. And then inhale, lift your chest up out of the pelvis floor, up, heart to the ceiling, lift up, hips forward. Maybe your shoulders and head drop back. If you have a neck issue, you can keep your chin tucked. And breathe, eyes open, stay. And exhale, and breathe. And stay. Option to reach back for your heels. Hips forward, keep staying. 2 more breaths. Let it go. Inhale. And sit back on your heels, exhale. A little circle with my waist. And then back in the other direction. Okay, take your legs around to the front of the mat, lie on your back. Press down into your feet that are right near your seat. The closer your heels are to your bottom, the more challenging this pose might be. Go ahead, lift your hips up on an inhale and walk your shoulders underneath your body. Keeping your hips lifted as you gaze at the ceiling or your own chest. 1 more breath. Lower down. 6 wheels. You can do bridge again if that's a better option for you. If you're doing bridge, maybe you choose to lift a leg as you lower, or another leg. Wheel pose. Hands by your ears, fingers facing the front of the room. Come to the top of your head and inhale. Really press your arms strong and straight, grounding into your hands and feet. Noticing your legs. And really squeeze the muscles in your legs to help the lift. Strong, powerful part of your body. As your arms extend and straighten. Chest towards the back of the room this time. Breathe in. Tuck your chin, breathe out, go lower. Inhale, exhale, go back up. Number 2, wheel. Exhale, tuck and lower, come down. Back up, number 3, wheel pose. And down. Back up, number 4. Tuck your chin, come down. Number 5, back up, shine your heart. This is it, light in the darkness, you've got this. Really shine, press through, full expression. 1 more, come down. Prepare. Yeah, all that is in you, peak of the pose. This is the practice. This is it, right here, right now. Powerful, positive. This is it. Ready, set, pop up, wheel pose. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin, come down. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to open wide. Place 1 hand on your heart and 1 hand on your belly. Breathing in and breathing out. In this moment, I always like to reflect on some things that I'm grateful for. My health, the ability to move my body, to worship freely, to have a job, my family, my mat, this practice, friends.
animals, relationships I've had, created part of who I am today. Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm grateful for all of it. How about you? This time of chaos and craziness. Can you search out what you're grateful for? And let your focus be there, where your attention goes, energy flows. Gratitude. Happy baby. You can grab your toes, the sides of your feet, the inside of your feet, whatever pleases you. Tailbone on the floor. Should rock from right to left. Maybe you bubble or blow through your lips. Noticing your face. Is it soft? Are you clenching your jaw? Where do you hold tension? And then feet up to the ceiling, legs strong and straight. Hopefully you all can see me. Good. And then we're gonna lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Fingertips behind your head. Good. Flatten your feet as if you're standing on the ceiling. Really flexing your toes towards your nose. And then pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And drop your right leg to hover right above your mat and pulse up to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet to the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Place your hands at your low back and keep your legs high. Go down 30%. Breathe in. Exhale, go to 60%. Breathe in. Hover right above your mat. Good. Lift your shoulder blades. Look at your toes. Tap them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go up 30. 60. All the way to the top. Set your shoulders down. One more time. 30. 60. Hover. Lift your shoulders. Tap your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30. Up. 60. Up. All the way to the top. Great. Place your hands behind your head and bend your knees. Get your knees stacked right over your hips, feet flexed, shins parallel to the ceiling. Yogi bicycles, opposite elbow to opposite knee as you extend the other leg. Twisting the torso, keeping your shoulder blades off the mat. Twist, tap, twist, tap for 10. That was it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Keep going. 30. You're almost there. Keep going. Stay with us. 40. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Pull your knees in. Nice job. Integrity comes to mind right now. You are not in front of me. Yeah, but I'm sure that you're holding integrity to the highest degree, doing all your stability work. And do the work. Create miracles. Boat pose. You can take your big toes and extend your legs, balancing on your sit bones. Yeah, or maybe you don't. Arms to your side. You can even bend your knees or support your fingers behind you. You just want to find a balance with your heart forward and a happy face. For 5. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Cross your ankles. Plant your hands. Step back into downward facing dog. Notice this down dog. You walk it out for a moment, walking your dog. Lift your right leg high behind you. And then step it to your left wrist.
If you have to walk it over to the left side of your mat, drop your right knee to the floor, setting your shin up as parallel as you can to the front of your mat. Good. I like to create a nice height here and find my center, allowing my hips to get further to the ground. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. And maybe you fold forward, creating a softness. I like to put my head on my hands, or maybe a block under my chest. At home, you could use pillows. Keeping active Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. And creating an intense physical reaction in your hips, maybe. Uddiyana Bandha, belly drawn in and up. Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor lifting. This pose is still active. The sthira and the sukha, the softness, the surrender, and the action, the heat. Downward facing dog. Switch sides. Left foot to your right wrist. Again, setting your shin up as parallel as you can to the front of the mat, finding in the center of your body. And flex this left foot. You want to keep that active to support and stabilize your knee. As you fold forward, maybe your right hip bone comes forward, equaling out your hips. Find that nice stretch in the outside of your left thigh, hip. That's where it is for me. It could be in a totally different place for you. Just noticing. If there's any pain at all, you don't want that. The option here could be to do it on your back. If there's any kind of pain, you would lay on your back. And then try opening your hips by crossing your left knee over your left ankle over your right knee. In a figure 4 shape. This is great to add more. And you could interlace your hands under the belly of your right thigh and pull in. Noticing both active feet, or interlacing your hands over your shin on the top and pulling in. Maybe you use your left elbow to press away your left knee. It's an option to do half pigeon on your back. If you are on the front, take a few more breaths. Last inhale. Let it all out. Come up into your hands, fingers, and take your back leg around to slide it to the front. Sending your hips to the back of the room and your feet to the front. Good active feet, toes towards your nose, nice and tall. Your right foot to your inner thigh, extend your hands up. Bow forward to find your left toes. Nose towards your knees. Heart forward. And come up and switch sides. Left foot into your right thigh. Inhale, reach. Fold. Seated single leg extension. And back to center. Come up, both legs forward. Seated forward fold. And bow. Nice bend in your knees, reaching for your feet or toes. If you have a lot of extra space, you can take your block and place it at the base of your feet to create a little more action, sensation. Or you could bend your knees a whole lot more and just kind of hug in and be here. Connection. Release, come up, reverse tabletop, placing your hands and feet into the floor. Lift your hips up and then drop your head back. Heart open. And lower down, fish pose. Extend your legs forward, hands under your low back. And I like to make a triangle with my hands there. And then lift my heart up. Again, my head drops back. Lifting and opening your heart, a deep opening. Release. And then all the way down, I lower to my shoulders. Lift your legs to the ceiling. You can stay right here. Again, if you have a block or a prop, you can also place that under your low back and creating a way to lift your hips up off the mat and stay nice and stable in waterfall. If you'd like a little more, shoulder stand could be an option. Walking your hands up under your low back, supporting your shoulders. Stacking your ankles over your knees and your knees over your hips, creating nice height. From shoulder stand to plow pose, toes touch the floor behind your head, or at least work in that direction. You can interlace your hands using your forearms for a little more guidance. Deaf man's pose, bring your knees to your ears and hug in. And release and slowly roll down. If you have the block, remove the block and come down. Hug both knees into your chest, a really nice big squeeze. Extend your right leg. Take your left knee and hug it in just a tiny bit more. Everybody needs a hug. And at this time, maybe it's just you that can give yourself the hug. Cross your body, spinal twist. Gazing over your left shoulder, take your left knee to the right side of the room. Keeping your eyes open, drishti. And switch sides. Extending the left leg, bring your right knee in. Active feet. And twist. And keep the concentration on your shoulders touching the mat. Notice if the breath is deep and full. Maybe your shoulders can relax more. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees open wide. As we end practice, we acknowledge it with gratitude. Your body working so well for you today. For your ability to be led, even in this setting, in this time. And Shavasana, final rest. Extend your legs out, palms by your side, face up. Release any controlled breathing. And close your eyes. Allow your body to just relax on the mat. To get heavy, to melt in. Soak in all the benefits of your yoga practice. You can stay here as long as you like. I would recommend at least 5 or 6 minutes.
And once you're ready, begin to deepen your breath, bringing movement to your fingers and your toes. Knees hug in towards your chest. You roll to your right side, fetal pose. Acknowledging the fact to begin again anytime, any day. And to notice what we notice, to become aware, and start fresh. Press up to a seated position, hands at heart center and eyes closed. Gaze at your fingertips. And with 3 cleansing breaths, full breath in, big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Hold it right there at the top. Suck in a little bit more air, then let it all out. And thumbs to forehead center. Thank you for joining me in this practice. It's virtual and I miss all your bodies in a real life room, but at this time, it just is the way that it is. In full acceptance of that, I offer you this, a virtual hug and acknowledgement, happy thoughts, peaceful prayers. Namaste. Yay! Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.